Hello students, welcome back to yet another video of English wherein we are doing chapter 2 in your book Snapshots, and the chapter is The Address by Marga Minko. In the previous chapter we studied about the basic setting of the story, that the story is set up in both pre-war and post-war times, and it was Hitler who was persecuting the Jews. So it was Germany who had taken over Holland, and the Jews were sent to concentration camps or to refugee camps, and that's where Mrs. S's family was there apparently, and now the narrator has lost the family. And then we came to know that Mrs. S's daughter comes back to this lady in Holland who apparently has the belongings of her mother. And what we see is that she doesn't entertain her, she doesn't talk to her properly, and we have seen that she's wearing her mother's green knitted cardigan, and the wooden buttons, which were quite pale from washing, they tell us that she has been using the belongings of Mrs. S. So she clearly denies sparing any time for the girl, and so she goes back, and while she is walking back to the station, there is a flashback of things wherein 1, 2, 3, 4 we saw what all things she has been taking away. Who is been taking away? Mrs. Darling. And we also come to know that it was Mrs. Darling who suggested and insisted on taking the things in the name of safekeeping, which she did not do at all. So every time she was going, she was taking a full suitcase or a bag with her full of the belongings of her mother. So finally she decides that she has to go back and she has to revisit. So the next time she comes, it is Mrs. Darling's daughter who opens the door, and now she is going to welcome Mrs. S's daughter in the house. So here we begin. I followed the girl along the passage. An old-fashioned iron Hanukkah candle holder hung next to a mirror. So she followed the girl in the passage right from for example, this is the door, this is the passage, फिर यहाँ से घर शुरू हुआ होगा. So the moment she entered, the first thing that she observes was a Hanukkah candle holder. So a Hanukkah candle holder is a Hebrew, Hanukkah basically is a Hebrew festival celebrated in December, and the image of a Hanukkah candle holder I have already sent to you in your WhatsApp groups. So it was hung there on the wall, and the narrator says that we never used it because it was much more cumbersome than a single candlestick. So a Hanukkah candle holder is a candle holder which bears space for more than one candle. तो नरेटर और मिसेस एस ने कभी उसको यूज नहीं करा, बट अपेरेंटली ये लोग उसको यूज कर रहे थे. सो द फर्स्ट थिंग दैट यू विल नोटिस दैट द गर्ल नोटिस्ड was the Hanukkah candle holder. I'm putting one here, okay? Won't you sit down? Asked the girl. She held open the door of the living room. I went inside past her. I stopped horrified. I was in a room I knew and did not know. The moment the narrator enters the living room, she gets the shock of her life. And that is because she feels that I was in a room I knew and did not know. This is ironical, huh? She knew and did not know. So she knows the room because she knows all the belongings spread out in that room, displayed in that room. And she does not know that room because the room is new to her in the physical state. Okay. So she says maybe this was because, and she gives 4 reasons that why she is feeling she knew the room and she did not know the room. Because I found myself in the midst of things I did want to see again, but which oppressed me in the strange atmosphere. So she says, I felt like that because I was in the middle of all the things that I wanted. But those things were oppressing me down because those things were in a strange atmosphere. All Mrs. S's belongings were displayed in that living room, whereas actually those belongings should have been in cupboards and boxes and should have not been used by Mrs. Darling. The second reason, or because of the tasteless way everything was arranged. So in a very tasteless way everything is arranged. That means all the belongings. There is no, there is no taste of using things. Number 3, because of the ugly furniture. The ugly furniture was there in the room, she didn't like it. Or it could be the muggy smell that hung there. Muggy smell is the humid smell. Humid smell क्या होती है? A room that has been closed for a very longer period of time and it is not aired properly, it does not have sunlight coming in, then it's going to develop this muggy smell. सीलन की जैसे महक होती है. I don't know, but I scarcely dare to look around me. The girl moved a chair. I sat down and stared at the woolen tablecloth. So the second thing, the first thing was the Hanukkah candle holder. The second thing, my dear students, that she notices was the woolen tablecloth. मतलब tablecloth भी ले गई थी Mrs. Darling. I rubbed it. My fingers grew warm from rubbing. Obviously woolen है, उसको वो ऐसे करके rub करेगी just to feel it, so the fingers will go warm. I followed the lines of the pattern. Somewhere on the edge there should be a burn mark that had never been repaired. तो बोलती है कि she followed her hand along the pattern. For example, if this is the tablecloth, तो उसने ऐसे अपना हाथ चलाया because she knew कि कहीं corner पे एक burnt mark था. भाई वो उसके घर का ही tablecloth है. So she knows that the damage that was done to the tablecloth must have been there because it was never repaired. Okay? My mother will be back soon, said the girl. I've already made tea for her. Will you have a cup? So she asks the girl she offers her, a cup of tea. So the narrator says, thank you. I looked up. The girl put cups ready on the tea table. She had a broad back, just like her mother. Now, just like Mrs. Darling had a broad back, here the daughter also has a broad back. She poured tea from a white pot, a white teapot, children. All it had was a gold border on the lid. I remembered. So, the third thing that the narrator observes was the white teapot with the gold border. मतलब जो भी क्रॉकरी वॉकरी ले गई थी मिसेस डॉर्लिंग, she is using it. So here the narrator says, I remembered. She opened a box and took some spoons out. And then the fourth thing that she notices was a box. That's a nice box. I heard my own voice. It was a strange voice, as though each sound different in this room. Okay? So she says, oh, you know them. So this girl, she turns to Mrs. S.'s daughter and she says, you know these, these spoons and the box. She had turned around and brought my tea. And this girl laughed. My mother says it is antique. So this girl, Mrs. Darling's daughter, does not know from where her mother has procured all these things. So she is quoting her mother and she says that my mother says these things are antique. और उसके बाद वो बोलती, we've got lots more. And she pointed around the room. See for yourself. Obviously, lots more antique तो था ही because Mrs. Darling had brought home all the precious belongings of Mrs. S. And then she is telling कि देखो पूरे घर में देख लो हमारे पास कितनी सारी antique चीजें हैं. We have such precious and important things. I had no need to follow her hand. I knew which things she meant. I just looked at the still life over the tea table. तो tea table पे कुछ object वहाँ रखा हुआ है. As a child, I had always fancied the apple on the pewter plate. Pewter is an alloy of tin and lead, and I have already sent you an image of a pewter plate. So the next thing that she observes, that would be the fifth thing in the order of whatever she is observing, is the pewter plate. तो वो बोलती है, we use it for everything. हम तो इसको किसी भी चीज के लिए use करते हैं. She said, once we even ate of the plates hanging there on the wall. And the sixth thing that she notices is the antique plates. And these people are so tasteless. Mrs. Darling and the family, she is saying कि एक बार तो हमने antique plates पे ही खाना खाया. Antique plates are not meant to be eaten from. They are just to be displayed, to be hung or to be, set somewhere. And she's saying, I wanted to so much, but it wasn't anything special. तो बोली मैंने ही जिद करी थी कि मुझे antique plate में खाना खाना है, because उसे पता ही नहीं कि antique plate की importance क्या है. This is how tasteless the family is. And she's saying, but ऐसा कुछ special नहीं लगा मुझे. It was nothing special that I could feel after having eaten from the antique plate. So see children, this is how they have been spoiling everything that belonged to Mrs. S. I had found the burn mark on the tablecloth. The girl looked questioningly at me. Now the narrator is lost. She is having mixed emotions. She is very sad. She is shocked. She does not know what to say. Right? And she is more horrified, by seeing what have they done to the things that belong to them. तो वो टेबल क्लॉथ को ऐसे शी इज टचिंग एंड सीइंग, तो द गर्ल उसको क्वेश्चनिंगली देखती है. सो शी सेज, यस आई सेड, you get so used to touching all these lovely things in the house. You hardly look at them anymore. So the narrator, kind of gives an alibi कि भाई इतनी अच्छी चीज़ें हैं तो you want to touch them and feel them, because such lovely things you don't get to see anymore. देखने को नहीं मिलती आजकल ऐसी चीज़ें. Okay. You only notice when something is missing because it has to be repaired or because you have lent it, for example. And she says you only miss those things when it has to be repaired. Here she is referring to the tablecloth. That means Mrs. Darling must have taken the tablecloth saying that I am going to repair it and I will bring it back. But she did not bring it back. So she says you only miss them because they have been given to be repaired or maybe lent for some period of time. And once again she says, I heard the unnatural sound of my voice and I went on. And now she's telling the girl, I remember my mother once asked me if I would help her polish the silver. So she's saying, एक बार मेरी mother ने मुझसे बोला था कि will you help me polish the silver? It was a very long time ago and I was probably bored that day, or perhaps I had to stay at home because I was ill. As she had never asked me before, I asked her which silver she meant, and she replied, surprised, that it was the spoons, forks and knives, of course. And that was the strange thing. I didn't know the cutlery we ate off every day was silver. तो ये पूरा इंसिडेंट नरेटर इज टेलिंग मिसेस डॉर्लिंग्स डॉटर कि once my mother asked me कि will you help me polish the silver, so she is referring to the cutlery. तब तक नरेटर को भी नहीं पता था कि डेली जिन फोक्स, नाइफ्स और स्पून से वो खा रहे हैं, they were made out of silver. Right? So the girl laughed again, Mrs. Darling's daughter. तो नरेटर बोलती है, I bet you don't know it is either. I looked intently at her and she says कि I can bet तुमको भी नहीं पता ना कि वो जो कटलरी तुम्हारे पास है वो सिल्वर है. तो बोलती, what we eat with? She asked. Well, do you know? She hesitated. She was not sure. She walked to the sideboard and wanted to open a drawer. I look, it's in here. वो उठी और sideboard में drawer के पास गई और बोलती, हाँ मैं देखती हूँ. That means she went out to take that silver cutlery. But our narrator jumped up. She got up and she said, I was forgetting the time. I must catch my train. Because now she cannot afford to see more of her mother's belongings being used so pathetically, I would say. She had her hand on the drawer. Don't you want to wait for my mother? The girl said. No, I must go. I walked to the door. The girl pulled the drawer open. I can find my own way. As I walked down the passage, I heard the jingling of spoons and forks. And as she was walking back out of the house, she could hear the ringing sounds of the forks and spoons, in which this girl must be, putting in her hand and seeing them. Now the narrator comes out of the house. At the corner of the road, I looked up at the nameplate. Marconi Street, it said. It had been at number 46. That is the address, children. The address was correct, but now I didn't want to remember it anymore. See, the mother told, remember the address. But today, after being to Mrs. Dorling's house, after seeing the way in which the things have been used, she does not want to remember the address anymore. I wouldn't go back there because the objects that are linked in your memory with the familiar life of former times instantly lose their value when severed from them. And she says, I don't want to remember those things anymore. Why? Because those things have lost their connection with the narrator's mother, her home, her family. क्योंकि वो कनेक्शन तो स्नैप हो गया ना बेटा. नाउ मिसेस डॉर्लिंग ने कनेक्शन डेवलप कर लिया है उन चीजों के साथ. आई मीन जस्ट इमेजिन दे आर ईटिंग फ्रॉम द एंटीक प्लेट्स. They are using everything and everything is on a display in such a tasteless manner. Be it the green knitted cardigan, or be it the Hanukkah candle holder, or be it the teapot, or the antique plates, or the pewter plate, anything and everything has been, used by them. So nothing is sacred anymore. Nothing holds the value of those old memories, क्योंकि अब तो सब memories Mrs. Dorling की attach हो गई हैं with those things. So she does not want to remember those things anymore. So she says, you see them again in strange surroundings. तो पहला reason she gives that she does not want to remember these things because there is no old familiar connection of her mother and her family with those things. And the next reason she gives is, and what should I have done with them in a small rented room? Now the girl is staying in a small rented room. This is post-war, okay? Where the shreds of blackout paper still hung along the windows, and no more than a handful of cutlery fitted in the narrow table drawer. So she's saying कि और मैं इतना सारा सामान कहाँ ले जाऊँ? मैं तो एक छोटे से rented room में रहती हूँ, जिसकी जो windows हैं उन पे भी blackened paper है, shreds हैं उसके to block the light, और जगह ही नहीं है मेरे पास. I just have handful cutlery और एक narrow table drawer है. तो अगर मैं ये सारा सामान ले भी आऊंगी तो रखूंगी कहाँ? This is the reason, this is the reasoning that she is doing with herself. But fact ये है reason number 1. All the connection, everything that was linked in the memory with familiar life, वो सब break हो गया है. जो उसने देखा वो सब कुछ देखने के बाद उन चीजों को वापस घर लाने का कोई मतलब नहीं बैठता. Because now the things carry memories of Mrs. Dorling and her family, of the tasteless way in which they have been exploiting everything. Right? So I resolved matlab again we come back to the theme of the story, that what does one do with past? Do we carry the memories of past, or we just let go of it and we move on? So she resolved. She took a decision and she says, I resolved to forget the address. She decided, I will forget the address, and with the address I will forget all the things that were there. And she says, of all the things I had to forget, that would be the easiest. The narrator has to forget a lot of things, because the war has taken a lot of things from her. Her family, her peace of mind, her home. But she has to move on. तो उसको काफ़ी कुछ भूलना है. बट वो बोलती है उन सब चीज़ों में जो मुझे भूलनी है, ये एड्रेस भूलना सबसे आसान होगा. Because she was so disgusted by what she saw at number 46 Marconi Street, which happens to be the address of Mrs. Dorling, wherein she had kept the belongings, stating that she would be safely taking care of them, but she ended up using everything that belonged to Mrs. S. So this, my children, is the story The Address. It talks about the predicament of war. It talks about loss of life, things, emotions. It talks about the theme of moving on with life and that life goes on. And also it tells us that in situations and times like these, there are characters like Mrs. Darling who profit from such situations, who fool simple people like Mrs. S. So Mrs. Darling comes out to be a very clever, selfish, greedy, conniving woman who, very strategically befooled Mrs. S and took all the things from her. But by the end of the day, the address number 46 Marconi Streets holds no importance for the narrator, because all the belongings at this address have lost the connection that the narrator thought the things had with their previous life. So she is resolved to forget it. So I hope the explanation is clear. In case if something is left or you have a doubt, please feel free to get in touch with me. Take care and stay safe.